Fog Wrestling back with another NXT 2.0 review, and I mean, I was going to say from the heights of Raw. I mean, I wouldn't say Raw was particularly high, but it was an alright show. We gave it a 4 out of 10. I can safe to say here, we're not getting a 4 out of 10. Basically, the theme of this show, of course it's the go home show, but it's basically, at the same time, WWE Invades NXT to a certain degree. But we kick off the show, we've got Apollo Crews versus Grayson Waller. This is actually a good match. I have no complaints with this match. I think the right guy won. Grayson Waller. You know, this guy felt really good, like just under a year ago, about 9 months ago, before the new year, and then he had that feud with Styles, but he's kind of went a wee bit backwards, but he's began to claw it back, and I think he's the right guy to win here. I mean, Apollo Crews had his time on NXT. I actually like Apollo Crews now. I don't think there's actually a real problem with him. And he was alright here in this match. It went a decent length as well. I mean, obviously I just watched the clips, like, but, you know, 10 minutes for, like, the feud kind of warrants it, to be honest. But then, next up, we have Katina Chance and Kaden Carter defeating Ivy Nile and Tatum Paxley. After the match, the champions get on the mic here, the NXT Tag Women's Champions. They get on the mic and basically turn around and say, well, we're just going to have a party this Sunday in the parking lot because nobody can defeat us and all that. And then you're thinking, what's that music? Out comes Dewdrop Nikki Ash, and I've never seen a bigger bunch of fucking lefty, geeky, virgin bastards in the crowd. I'm sorry, that's it. I mean, there was a grown man with a neck beard, specky, looked about 40, and he was holding a replica NXT championship. I'm sorry, that's just pathetic. No matter what way you try and spin it, man, this is not good at all. But basically those two are put down the challenge. Right, we'll take yous on at Worlds Collide, so we've got that match to look forward to. Not really. But then have Joe Gacy in the ring, basically trying to get Cameron Grimes to join the stable, but he doesn't join the stable when he attacks the guy. I don't care about Joe Gacy. He was last relevant in the feud with Braun Baker, but even then, that stayed as welcome. I don't know what they're doing with this guy, but he's just went backwards in the past 6 months. Really backwards, you know. But it is what it is. But then have Brooks Jensen and Josh Briggs and Fallon Henley taking on Pretty Deadly and Lash Legend. I don't really care. But the feud, some of them have got like comedic elements to them which make them alright, I suppose. But Gallus come out, and that basically brings the end, and Pretty Deadly beat the other team after Joe Coffey, I believe, got a big boot in or something along those lines. Well, no, he didn't get a big boot, he brought a big boot and cracked him and done with it. So aye, that was pretty funny, to be honest. But then we have our next match that we've got Andre Chase taking on Charlie Dempsey. Andre Chase wins about 5 minutes. Good, because Andre Chase is actually a pretty good guy, and that's the bottom line. And then next, right, I'm just going to cover all these at once. We had Finn Balor talking to some guy back. Who's the guy he's talking to backstage? Who the fuck was he talking to? Braun Breaker? It might have been Braun Breaker, can't actually really remember. Might have been, but I can't actually recall. With Rhea Ripley talking to Davenport. She's just an ugly, well, I mean, they're both ugly bastards, to be perfect. I mean, if that Davenport isn't Poundland Page 2.0, I don't know what is. I mean, she literally is. We then had Tyler Bate getting spoke to by Pete Dunne via an iPad. Right, The Rock can appear via satellite, The Rock can appear via iPad, but Pete Dunne appearing via iPad, I do not think so. Alright, I do not think so. This just did not work. We then had like Gunther, and then, but it's weird, like then there were like, who was it that said all these former NXT legends that have appeared, and you know, who is honestly, right, who made their debut on NXT? And I'm not talking about like Samoa Joe and all those sort of people, right? But who's actually made their debut on NXT and has gone on to become like a WWE legend? The fact it's only been around 10 years, you know, and like, they weren't really talking about Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins here. They were more referring to like Rhea Ripley, Apollo Crews, those sort of jobbers, if we're being perfectly honest. But the yet is worse. It's yet to come, man. It well and truly is. We have Zoe Stark defeating Kalana James. Do we care? Not really. Not really, but we move on. We move on. We then have Kamalo Hayes come out to the ring with his wee man, cut a promo basically saying that he's taking the night off at Worlds Collide because no one's good enough to face him. And it's like, basically two teams have said the exact same thing here. Well, not two teams, two like champions. But one was a heel and one was a face, albeit the face one did come across in a more face way, but it is what it is. And then out comes Ricochet, and how over Ricochet is, he didn't even get an entrance. It literally just spawned him in the ring, and he was talking, and we slabbered about Keith Lee being monotone. This guy's like on the same level. Maybe not as bad, but he's approaching he's approaching Keith Lee levels of being monotone and depressing as fuck, if we're being perfectly honest. Also in the previous match, Nikita Lyons attacked Kiana. Did I care? No. But back to this. Ricochet's awful. It was atrocious. Ricochet needs to go to AEW. The guy sucks. Like, come on, Triple H. I mean, actually, if you're gonna push all these NXT people, push people that are half over. And like actually aren't bad, like Andrew Chase. But it is what it is. And then in our last match of the night, and main event, so to speak, we had Gallus taking on Diamond Mine in a 6-man tag match. Don't really care about this feud. I mean, it's just a bunch of jobber fucking Neds taking on a bunch of freak show bastards during the match. Out comes, what do you call him? Roderick Strong comes out. Basically wants to show footage, but then Diamond Mine just destroy his phone. It's like, alright, fair enough. But then Coffee hits a clothesline. Joe Coffee, and he picks up the win. 1, 2, 3. Gallus win a 10-minute match, and then after the match we get a brawl with Diamond Mine, Brooks Jensen, and Gallus, and Pretty Deadly, and security have to break them up. And to be honest, this sucked, because how many times did security come out tonight? 3 or 4 times. I say you can come out the ringside for most of the matches. I don't know what's going on, but anyway, guys, that's it. With the main roster, WWE Invades NXT, and it was fucking atrocious. I'm going to give this show, I don't even know what to give out of 10, to be honest, because there's nothing I liked. The opening match was alright. Andrew Chase, I don't mind him. But no Tony D. If I was Triple H, I would move Tony D and Santos Escobar up to the main roster and continue a feud for a couple of more months. Because I think on the main roster, they could add a bit more production to it, since it's like the big dog. But then again, would they? It's Triple H, why wouldn't they? Anyway, guys, let's get to 1 out of 10. Not good. Before I forget, Quincy Elliott's coming soon. Oh no.